Hello and welcome to TelecomTV. I'm Martyn Warwick and we're here at the MPLS and SDN World Congress 2015 in Paris. My guest is Stephane, who is Network Architecture, Orange Business Services. Stephane, welcome. I think we ought to tell our viewers things look a bit strange. We're obviously not in a studio and we're not standing up anywhere at an exhibition. We're actually in, as people can see, a cinema. So we're pretty close to the ground and it's unusual, but it'll make a nice difference. So here we go. Stephane, SDN and NFV are as much about business transformation as they are about network transformation. What do you think service providers need to do from a business transformation perspective to ensure that they can take full advantage of these new technologies?
Okay. Before answering your question, I would like to come back to our customer expectations, which are today providing more agility in the network services and reduce time to deliver. So the customer wants something that is really programmable. So being able to drive, okay, I want to add a new firewall, I want to add new web content filtering, I want to do application recognition. I want to configure these services by myself, and we definitively need to address this point. Now, how to handle it? It's not an easy thing. The first thing that is coming to me is we need to kill the silos that are currently existing in the companies. Because you may, depending on the service provider, you may have some data center people, you have some OSS people, you have some network people. And this SDN NFV is clearly breaking boundaries between those domains. So we need to try to make people working together to provide this new agility in delivery services to the customer. The second point is about skills, because clearly it's new, it's a new technology. There are plenty of technical things to handle, and network guys have part of the solution, IT guys have also part of the solutions, and we need to optimize the ramp up of each and being able to come back to my first one, to make people working together.
Given that, Stephane, what do you think are the biggest challenges for service providers in the market today?
I think the first point is, I think it's clear for everybody that selling connectivity is not enough for some years. So we had to change this way of selling things to customers. So we already started some years ago the transformation to a telco to service provider. And now we are going one step further. So one aspect that is really important for us is the control of the OPEX. What we can see in the SDN and NFV is that it may bring this automation that will permit us to remove some manual operations that are really costly today. The other important point is we need to win new markets. And we need also to consolidate the markets that we are currently in. And to do this, we need to provide new innovative services for the current markets we are in, and also propose different offers to fill the markets where we are not.
What do you think are the challenges when it comes to implementing transformational technologies like NFV and SDN?
The first thing is we have to make some evangelization of this, to make people change their mind on thinking. We need to train people, for sure. We need to change the culture of the company.
Difficult. That's a hard thing to do.
It's a really hard thing because you have some people working in network for 20 or 30 years, X25 or such technology, and now you are telling to them you need to be programmable also and be more agile. And it's a different way of working. It's clearly feasible, but we have to to be with people and train them and being with them. And the important point is to explain why.
Sure.
The other point is about the technology and its impact on the infrastructure. It's not directly the subject of the question, but it's clearly important for us. There are clearly challenges in terms of scaling, in terms of security, because we have, in the IPVPN business domain, it's a highly secured area. And we cannot bring new service that will break this security rules that is the heart of this IPVPN technology. So we need to take care about this when introducing SDN NFV.
Now, we've been talking about the challenges, the opportunities, yes, to some extent, but the challenges and the fact that SDN and NFV are game changers globally. Given those constraints and difficulties, why is it worth employing it in the first place?
I would make it very fast. It's mandatory. It's mandatory. Why? Because customer wants it. It's customer expectation, so we need to do it.
Okay. That's a very straightforward answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as a service provider, we definitively need to fill customer expectations.
Of course. Of course. When and where do you think we're going to first see the reaping of the benefits of SDN and NFV?
It's not a so easy question. The important thing is that introduction of such technology will have non-negligible cost. So you have a first shot that will cost maybe high in terms of OPEX, in terms of CAPEX, in terms of organization, in terms of training people. It will be, I think, maybe a huge cost. Yeah. I don't know exactly, but we can expect a huge cost. But the important thing is we are building a foundation. We are building a foundation. So if you want to do SDN NFV for just one service, one small service, no, it's useless. Don't do it. But if you use this foundation to create more and more agile services, the more services you will do and the more faster the benefit will come. And the other point is that from a customer point of view, the benefit is now, it's immediate.
What we've seen, Stephane, over the past few years, since NFV and SDN really became part of the industry's consciousness, is the fact, given that since the impact of the cloud, other new technologies and so on, we've seen companies which in the past would have been rivals, competitors, at one another's throats because they hated each other, that kind of thing. And the emergence of a new ecosystem in which collaboration and partnership, either for a specified task or ongoing forever until some indeterminate time in the future, is the order of the day. Why is that?
I would say because it's mandatory for them to preserve their business.
You mean there's no one company can do anything, everything?
No, we can see today that some companies are trying, if we talk, for example, about network companies, I will not say any name, but we can see that before network companies were selling routers, and now they are trying to sell SDN controllers, orchestration layer. Yeah. They will try, but for sure, no one has the answer on all the bricks. So if you want to get something really working, you have also to break boundaries again in this area and make people work together to see, okay, I'm good in this area, you are good in this other area, let's work together.
This is the MPLS, Multi-Protocol Label Switching Conference, as well as SDN World Congress. Let's talk briefly about MPLS. I remember writing and dealing with technicians and scientists who were working on it 25 years ago when I was a print journalist. And normally, technologies as old as that just sort of fade away. They just slowly go and then they're not heard of again. That's not the case with MPLS. Is that because it is in fact an example of something which is eminently programmable? And is that what makes it important in SDN?
Exactly. Exactly. You pointed exactly the good thing. The beauty of MPLS, even if it's quite old technology, is that it's simple. It's straightforward. You just use labels, combine them, and you can achieve some action. And it's exactly what SDN is for. That's straightforward. So we already seen this programmability in MPLS when we introduced, I think now it's maybe 20 years ago with traffic engineering and so on, and MPLS. It was the starting of programmability of network and being able to have network that is automatically adapting to the customer demands. So MPLS is clearly a foundation that we can reuse in this SDN and AV ecosystem.
Okay, we're out of time, so Stephane Litkowski, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks a lot.